Hi, so this is some examples on how to expand and factorize. So we're just going to do a little bit of revision. So just a reminder, when we say expand, we're talking about getting rid of the brackets and we're talking about multiplication. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to multiply what's outside by both parts on the inside. So 2 times x is 2x and 2 times 4 is 8. That's all I've got to do. All right, next one. This time we have a minus sign, so we've got to pay attention to that. I'm going to multiply 5 by 2x, so that gives me 10x, and then 5 by -1, which gives me -5. All right, now we've got some extra stuff going on here, so we're going to have an extra step. So we're going to start the same way. We're going to expand our brackets, and then we're just going to leave this where it is. So I have 8x, and then 4 times 3 is 12. And then I still have this -2 over there, so I can't forget about that. Now what I can do is say these two things belong together. So I have 8x equals, plus 10, because 12 minus 2 is obviously 10. All right, this is exactly the same thing, but there's just going to be more steps. So I'm going to start by distributing these, so multiplying 2m and 2 times -3. Then I'm going to do the exact same thing over here. So 3 times m is 3m, and 3 times 5 is 15. Now I do the same thing and I put the bits that match together. So the m's match and the numbers match. So 2 plus 3, I have 5m altogether, and then -6 plus 15 is 9. So then that's my final answer. So then factorising is the opposite of this, right? It's actually about division. So what I'm going to do is put in brackets instead of take them away. So I'm going to have a look at these terms and say, what do they both have in common? Well, I know that I can divide them both by 2. So if I divide 6y by 2, I get 3y. And if I divide 4 by 2, I get 2. All right, so sometimes you're going to have letters and numbers in common. So here we have multiple things in common, don't we? So I can divide both of these terms by 5, and I can divide them both by n as well. Because remember, this is 2 n's and this is 1 n, so they both have 1 n in common. So then if I divide this by 5n, I just end up with 2. And if I divide this by 5n, I get -3n because there's still 1 left over. If you're not sure that you've done this right, you can just go backwards and re-expand your brackets by multiplying 5n times 2 is 10n, great, and 5n times -3n is -15n squared, so it works. Now here there are even more things in common. So I can divide both of these by 4, I can divide both of them by y, and I can divide both of them by z. They have all of these things in common. So 4yz divided by 4yz is 1. So sometimes people make the mistake of saying, oh, well, it just disappears. No. Anything divided by itself is 1. So we leave 1 there, and then we divide this by 4yz. So 20 divided 4 is 5. X, well, we've got to keep that. We only took out 1 y, so we have to leave one of the y's behind, and we already divided out the z. So then we're left with that. All right, hopefully that helps remind you about expanding and factorising. Please let me know if you need any more help. Good luck.